Candy, I'm on level 4.
Very good, Violet. Time now for our first American report from Z Wright, who's on a sightseeing tour of Seattle.
Well, virtually.
Fly-through view of Seattle only exists inside a computer, but it felt pretty real to me. It's called virtual reality, and it's one of the newest ways for computers to present complicated information. Until recently, you can only communicate with your computer in a much more boring way, feeding it commands through a keyboard or a mouse. For many jobs, this is still the best way to use them. But some people need to cope with more information than can be contained on a flat screen. Now you can actually wear your computer. You're no longer on the outside looking in. The images and sounds go straight to your senses, giving you a complete experience. There's one TV screen for each eye, and these are stereo earphones. And the knob on top of the helmet is called a polemus, and it lets the computer track your movements. And there's a whole series of commands that can unlock secret worlds. This is the data glove. It uses fiber optics to tell the computer which way you want to go, up, down, forwards, or backwards. These fantastic worlds are not just fun to fly in, they demonstrate important new developments in computer science. They were made here at Seattle's Human Interface Technology Laboratory, or HIT-Lab.
HIT-Lab was set up because there was a demand for this technology in many, many fields. Architects wanted it, doctors wanted it.
Virtual technology allows scientists to get inside the human body. You can fly around inside a perfect replica of a human eye, pulling bits off when you need to get a closer look.
The purpose of the virtual eye was to eventually develop a simulator for eye surgery. We're doing this in conjunction with a group called Orbis International, eye surgeons that go around the world to various developing countries and do surgery on blind people and teach the local folks how to do these procedures. So eventually, people learning these procedures will learn them in virtual reality. They will go in and they will see what looks like a real eye, and they'll be able to practice and be able to correct their mistakes without having dire consequences on real people.
This virtual model of Seattle's Henry Art Gallery shows how VR can be used by architects to design buildings to precise scale. The virtual worlds give them a much better sense of real space than flat-screen design packages. But the HIT-Lab isn't just interested in pictures. Sound that appears to come from the right direction to make the computer world seem much more real. This shark hunt game uses 3D sound so the hunter can work out where the sharks are coming from. At the moment, this is just a prototype for use in science labs, but a big game company is already working with the HIT-Lab. Who knows? One day you may take a dip with Mario or Sonic. The future's looking really good. Instead of buckets and wires, you'll be able to slip into cyberspace as easy as putting on a pair of specs. This is Z Wright for Bad Influence in Seattle. Sorry, in cyberspace.
A happening place to be. A very happening place to be, cyberspace. See you next week.
If you saw films like Lawnmower Man, you might have thought that virtual reality was more realistic than that. But these pictures show us exactly where virtual reality is at the moment. In the film, it's just special effects.
It's also very difficult to convey what virtual reality is really like on telly, because it's a three-dimensional thing, and telly, of course, is only two-dimensional. But for what it's worth, take my opinion, it's excellent. Now on Bad Influence, this week's news and previews.